Hello and welcome to the Macabre Motel. Please come inside. Room 210 is reserved and waiting for you. Right this way. I came upon a fairy while strolling through a wood. She tried to fly away from me, but alas, it did her no good. She kicked and fought but could not break free. I refused to let her fly. She screamed and fussed, but still I held her there. In the end, she could only cry. I took her home and I kept her there, though she begged to be free. I put her in a proper cage and demanded she sing for me. She screamed and hissed that from this cage, sing she never could. I stepped inside many times, and I beat her till she would. It only took a few short weeks for her training to complete. When it was done and she knew her songs, she sang ever so sweet. Before too long the bruises were gone, and her songs rang loud and true. Each night I sat and listened as she recited each song anew. She sang of my greatness and what a wonderful master she knew me to be. She sang of the joy that it gave her when she was singing to me. Once she began to sing, I only had to beat her a time or two. I only had to do it so she would not forget what I could do. I decided to take her out one day so she could stretch her wings. I thought that she was ready for more than just pretty things. It was a mistake, as I now know, to have been so nice that day. That hateful little creature tried to fly away. The rock she threw hit me, and I quickly struck out at her then. With the stick held in my hand, I hit her again and again. Her face became a bloody mess, and her teeth began to fly. The blood flowing from her mouth made bubbles as she began to cry. I stepped back and kicked at her in the leaves where she lay. "Please, master, don't kill me," was all that she could say. I stepped down hard upon her arm and heard the bones there give. I knew then that it had gone too far, and I couldn't allow her to live. I looked at the mess that was once her face, and my anger boiled anew. I had given her everything, and now our time was through. I went to my knees beside her, with my stick still in my hand. I planted it firmly in one of her eyes, and her screams rang across the land. I only pushed it harder. I knew I couldn't stop. Her screams reached a crescendo as I heard a dull pop. I wrenched out the stick and stood up to see my work as she lay there in the leaves and her body began to jerk. I looked around me as I stood there in the wood, and I saw a large rock not far from where I stood. I walked then over to it and picked it up from the ground. I beat her on the head with it till I heard a wet, squishy sound. I know that I'll have to start over. A new fairy I'll have to find. I'll have to beat the next one better to make sure she knows she's mine. It will take much longer before her training will be through. I will just keep looking, though, till I find another fairy new.